So I tried to open up HBO Max, and it steered me to the new app. And it took me, I'm so stupid, it took me a minute. I had to update my phone. I had to update everything. Everything that HBO Max was on, I had to update it to allow Max to work. I didn't like that, but it made obvious. I mean, that's technology, right? The thing I did like was the fact that I didn't have to re-log in and everything. It tapped into your current login with HBO Max to allow Max to work. I didn't see anything. Now you guys have to let me know if you experienced this in your experience. Were you a part of that crash? Did it crash on your end? I didn't experience that. Maybe that happened earlier on, but it didn't happen with me. So that experience for me wasn't as bad. I can nitpick about the interface and all that. I mean, I haven't dabbled in it too much. It still feels like the same old. So whatever problems were there before, or whatever was great about it before, it's pretty much the same. The only thing is it's purple, now it's blue. I listened to, but before we get into Robert Meyer Burnett, I listened to what Robert and Christian Harloff were talking about, how everybody seems to have a different interpretation of what HBO Max and what HBO and what a Max original and things like that. Is HBO gone? Is the entity gone, or is it still all this confusion? Like, people are reading these articles about what's actually happening and coming up with different conclusions. I see it like this. Let me see if I can switch cameras real quick. Let me go. So as far as HBO Max, this is how I see it. I look at HBO, Warner Brothers right now, like the way Disney is obviously Disney and Warner Brothers. They're the studio. Disney Plus is the app service. Max is obviously the app service, like it was with HBO Max. Now I'm looking at the equivalent of, change the screen here. Now you see right here, this is Disney Plus. This is what their interface looks like. Remember how they separated the studios? Now the Disney originals and all their movies, everything that's in the Disney vault. Then they separated that from Pixar. That's the different studio. Then the Marvel the studio. And the Star Wars Lucas film studio. That's a different National Geographic. That said, I just put Hulu there because it's about to happen. And then Hulu, I'm thinking that's going to be a separate studio. So a Hulu original, a Pixar original, things like that. It's all under Disney, but I'm thinking of them as different studios. And I'm thinking that's the same thing that's happening with Warner Brothers. Now, it's all under Warner Brothers. Max is the service. HBO is its own studio. Things will still say HBO original. The part that still will confuse me is a Max original. Okay, so made only for the streaming service. I mean, technically everything now is streamed service, but if we were still living in the cable world, that's just how I think about it. It wouldn't go to cable. It would just go to the streaming service. Then there's the TLC, then the HGTV. DC obviously negates that because you have the Snyder Cut, which would have been under a Max or would it be under a Max original if I remember correctly? But it's still, but this is just how I am categorizing it. HBO is still there, but I think it's a separate studio, or at least it should be, or at least that's how they're thinking of it. And if I'm wrong, like if I'm oversimplifying it, it's only, and I'm not saying that this is the right answer. I'm just saying this is how I've decided to compartmentalize it to make it make sense for me. Sesame Street Workshop, the ID, and then CNN originals, things like that. The Food Network, Discovery, all Adult Swim, all these things. I'm thinking about them as different studios, the way Pixar is a different studio, Marvel Studios, Lucas Arts, and things like that. But all under Disney Plus. That's how I'm like. HBO is still there. It's not going anywhere. It's still an entity. Now, when they brought up the conversation, HBO as an entity is now Max. I'm like, no, that would be dumb as hell, because that history with HBO is still there. Though Game of Thrones, all those originals. Even go back into to the 90s, the old show Dream On. There is still a history with HBO. I would never have changed it. I would have kept it HBO, but with the way they launched it, the powers that be, the original owners of it, when they first launched this, it caused all that confusion. There was like 4 different apps, all with the name HBO. It was getting diluted. It was getting confusing. And then when they finally came up with HBO Max, they were like, this is the one-stop shop where all that, everything else is just no more. And they've done that too many times, and they've caused this confusion themselves. They only have themselves to blame. But I think this is how they are looking at it. That's different studio, or this is how those identities are. If I'm right or wrong about that, or if you have a better way to explain it, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on the comment, because at the end of the show, we're going to read your comments out during the We Got Your Mail version of. So if you want to throw in a fact that if I'm totally off base, I'm totally wrong about it, or if you want to update me on something, let me know in the comments, and I'll be checking those out in a minute. But let me get to the main thing in a second. But before we get to that, there was something else that happened that was pretty funny, and I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it, but let me see if I can pop it up. Did you see this shit? This is the funniest thing ever. So Peacock chimed in about this whole thing, this identity crisis that HBO Max has been going through, and they said, and I quote, I know you're all very disappointed, but I will not be dropping the first half of my name anytime soon. It was one of the best piece of marketing, best way to chime in, and they started to reply to people that chimed in on this joke. So, unfortunately, for all you little sickies out there, Peacock will not become cock anytime soon. So, maybe, that's a totally different app. I mean, you already know what's going to be on that app when that happens. But let me know what you guys think about that. Let me go back. So, should Peacock become cock? I mean, it's all about what you're into. See who's in the chat. What's going on, Romeo? How you doing, brother? Guys, hit the like button. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sorry, that's Junior who says hit the like button. Junior Sales, what's going on? And Romeo, what's going on? What you saying? The domestic box office for Fast X is disappointing. Yeah, it was. They are under par, or they're over par in golf terms. If however you want to look at it, when it comes to hitting the mark, they are definitely going backwards. Ever since 9, Fast 9 just totally destroyed the franchise, because we were so on a reality dispensing a reality kind of way. We were vibing with them on it. Okay, we will check reality at the door and we will ride with you guys. But when you start to live in a world where no one gets a scratch and all these impossible situations, it takes away the stakes, and it's like, why am I watching this? I can tell you exactly how it's gonna go. At least Fast X ended it, and this is why I said he had a Thanos purpose. At least he ended the series in a unique, a different way than any of the other Fast and Furious did too. Did you buy the lead attorney YouTube? Of course, no, I did not. I hit him up and I tried to show him that clip when you guys said I compared me to lead attorney. I was like, but he's a busy dude. He ain't gonna respond to me. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I doubt if he'll see it. That'd be cool though. But as far as what's going on with HBO Max Max and all that good stuff, let me know what you guys think. I said, if I'm on the mark, if I'm on the money, or if I'm way off, if you have any better insight to what it all means, let me know. Hit me up, and let's keep talking. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.